Hello, and welcome to glennzb TV, the show that puts glennzb up your Periscope. I'm bringing New Zealand to the world, and the world to New Zealand, and hats off Andrew Dickens. Oh, did you think I was talking about Charles Dickens because it's Christmas time? No. Andrew Dickens, he's a host here on News Talk ZB. But we sent him on the Mike Hosking Breakfast out today to go cycling with Lance Armstrong. Now, opinions are divided over whether anybody should have gone cycling with Lance Armstrong or would be seen dead cycling with Lance Armstrong. Not really the issue. We had to have somebody reporting on it because it was sort of a story. What I give Andrew Dickens credit for is he not only rode the bike, went the whole way at about 35 k's an hour the whole time. He also had a GoPro on. He was taking photos. He was interviewing people and sending all that stuff via email to us. And also being interviewed live while biking up and down hills. So, and really, the thing I was most impressed with is that he managed to find some lycra clingy enough to stick to his tiny little, spindly little stick legs. Because I would have thought any kind of thing that would normally be clingy on a normal person would just look like baggy board shorts on him. But he obviously there's some kind of specialty outfit that caters for him, people like him and Rachel Smalley. But so let's talk about Lance Armstrong now, though. The reason he's here apparently is to film a beer commercial. We're not quite sure exactly which of the Lion Brewery's beers it is, but some people have suggested we don't drink any of them. That's, of course, completely ridiculous. I mean, this is beer we're talking about. Keep it real, guys. I went to the new Star Wars movie yesterday. Warning. If you haven't been to the new Star Wars movie yet, I'm about to talk about something which came as a surprise to me, may or may not come as a surprise to you. Definitely won't if you keep watching. See what I'm saying? It's kind of a spoiler. So feel free to stop watching here and come back and watch after you've seen the movie, or to fast forward about a minute. I reckon I'm going to talk about this for about a minute. So anyway, so confused because I like to go, confused in a good way, I like to go to movies without knowing anything about them. I mean, obviously I knew it was a Star Wars movie, but really I hadn't even watched, I don't think I'd watched a trailer for it. I hadn't seen any interviews, any people being talked to on the red carpet at premieres, anything like that. And so I start watching the movie, and I did not realise that it was not going to follow on from the last movie, which followed on from the end of all the other movies that had happened before that. No, this one happened after the second three, but before the first three. Do you see? This is very confusing. Already, just me trying to re-explain what was happening to you. It took me quite a long part of the movie to realise that was what was going on, and that Darth Vader was still alive, for example. I don't think I've ruined. I don't think I've ruined anything for anybody by saying that. I think I'm allowed to say that because it's just a chronology thing of when the movie's set. Anyway, the thing that really freaked me out was when this guy turned up on the Death Star. Because he was on the Death Star in 1977 when the first movie, which was the fourth movie, was made. I just wish he'd made them in the right order. It would have been so much easier. Anyway, that's Peter Cushing. Or is it? Because I'm not actually sure. And I'm not talking about that guy. That's Darth Vader. Although in saying that, he was voiced by James Earl Jones, who was like one of the original. Anyway, this guy here. Is that Peter Cushing or is it not? Because Peter Cushing's been dead for a while. And yet, there he was. So, apparently they've got an actor to be him and then they've CG'd him up a bit. And, oh man. That was a trip. That was a trip, I tell you what. Harrowing movie. I mean, this is really... What I'm about to say is totally spoily. So, please, stop watching. Unless you want to hear what I have to say next, which is... Everybody dies at the end. Like, everyone! I can't remember the last time that happened. Wicked. Anyway, finally, something else that stressed me out yesterday is trying to replace my toilet seat. I've been told I have to replace the toilet seat because it's perished. It's gone slightly uncomfortable. It's, you know, the plastic does that sometimes. And so I went to the toilet seat shop and they said, oh, no, you've got to have the exact measurements of the whole bits and how wide and long it all is. So I went away and I just brought the toilet seat in. And then the first time I had a very helpful person, and then I had a young person who was trying to be helpful, but I felt like they didn't really know what they were talking about. And maybe that was me being ageist, or maybe it was just the way that it sounded like they didn't really know what they were talking about. But I felt like I knew more about toilet seats than they did by the end of the conversation, and they really didn't have the... And so I still haven't replaced it because I can't quite find the... Why are there so many different kinds of toilet seats? Why isn't there just a standard toilet seat? It's a hard time of year, isn't it? I'm glennzb. Thanks for having me up your Periscope. I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Because even if I'm dead, I might still be here.